How's it going, everyone? Flanker Jack here, and I wanted to post a video today on a little project that I've been putting together over the last few months here, and it is a first aid kit, trauma kit that I keep in my car right here. This project grew out of a situation where I was driving down the street one day, I turned the corner, and there was a two-car accident right there in front of me. It must have happened seconds before I got there. I stopped, I got out, I went to go check on the patients, and thankfully there weren't any major issues to deal with. There were a few cuts and scrapes. We did have to manually stabilize the spine of one of the patients until the EMTs got there. But generally, it got me thinking now about what I carry in my car, because I do a lot of driving each day, and when I am driving, I want to be able to at least have things in my car to respond to any kind of medical emergency that might be in front of me. Generally speaking, it's going to be an auto accident. It's going to be two cars hitting each other, multi-car pileups. You're going to have a car maybe hit a tree or hit a wall. You might have a pedestrian being hit and is just lying there with a certain amount of trauma. So I wanted to put something together out of, mainly I made this kit out of what I've just got sitting around the house. I've been collecting various bits of medical gear over the years. I did have to buy a few things on Amazon, which is excellent for this kind of stuff. So I did want to have something in my car based on what I had basically lying in boxes and drawers around my house anyway. So here it is. Here, this is what I have. This sits in the trunk of my car. It doesn't take up very much space. The bag itself is a Summit side satchel from First Tactical. I picked this up a couple of years ago. I was just kind of looking for a smaller everyday work bag. I didn't need to bring computers and laptops with me for this job. I was just kind of bringing just a few essentials to get me through the day, and I didn't want to have to lug around a larger bag here. So my normal everyday bag is this one right here. This is the MDOM TNT bag. This bag goes with me everywhere I go. It's in my car, it's on my side, it travels with me, it goes into the hotel room. This is my general trauma kit, get home bag, few survival supplies, but it's also big enough to hold work items that I might need. Computers, laptops, notebooks, books, things of that nature. As you can see, I'll do a review on this down the road, I think, because I've had this bag for quite a few years and I absolutely love it. But I do keep a little bit of trauma here with me. Tourniquet, Israeli bandage, scissors, gauze, quick clot. So I do have that readily available along with some other items here. But really I was looking for something a bit more comprehensive. This kit is good for myself or for one other person in case there's an injury that I have to deal with. But in all fairness, if you are coming across a traffic accident, you generally have anywhere from 1 to 10 patients. Now, I'm not going to be taking care of 10 patients. That's physically impossible. But if I do happen to come across a situation where I can at least use a limited amount of gear to help people, and that's what I wanted to do. So let's get into this kit. Let's kind of show you what I have. Again, it is a work in progress. Any suggestions are always welcome in the comments below, so please help me out with that. But again, the bag, side satchel from First Tactical. This is about $70 retail, and I picked this up a couple of years ago, so I've had it just sitting there. And I've used it every now and again, small range bag, all that kind of fun stuff. But it was just sitting there. It was actually full of junk. I emptied it out, started turning it into my kit. So a brief overview. It is a messenger style bag here. You have the nice little flat pocket in the front. On the top here, you have, this is actually a felt line pocket. This is good for sunglasses, keys, earphones, something of that more sensitive nature. On the back, you do have a nice little flat pocket, and there's also a little secret Velcro pocket here because everyone needs a CCW pocket apparently. To open, very easy. We will open this up. I will take that out for a moment. And it just opens up here. As you've got two flat front pockets, you've got two admin pockets. in here. The nice part about the front here, there is some Velcro here. And actually what First Tactical have done is they've given you these very nice silencers here, and these fold right into some pockets. Again, the details and the little extras you get with this bag are quite nice. So if you prefer Velcro, now you've got a little bit of Velcro. But if you want to go silent, which I usually do, because Velcro just annoys me, the sound of it these days, you just put the silencer on, and now you've got it available to go. Very large main compartment, a nice padded area in the back for an iPad or a small laptop, something very small can go in there. You've got some padded pockets as well for other electronics like cell phone chargers and wires. Small little admin pockets in the front, and then a nice area here. I'll give you an idea of the size. You know, it runs about 14 inches by about 9 inches by about 4 inches. For size reference, I've just found an old notebook here. You know, you can easily put an old notebook in there. Anything larger than that, you know, get the larger one. They do actually have a full-size version, which is comparable to the size of my M-DOM bag, and that runs about $100. But if you are looking for that nice messenger bag, you know, this would be the one I would recommend. It does come with a very beefy strap. I took it off because it just gets in the way as I'm looking to describe. So let's go into the kit. First thing you saw me pull out, safety vest. If you're going to be driving on the roads, if you're going to be at night, if you're going to be in a situation where you are rendering aid, I mean, let's not be stupid about this. You don't want to be invisible. So the first thing I have is a very cheap $5 safety vest that I picked up on Amazon. Again, brand new. It hasn't got any dirt or dust on it. So that's very good. You always want to have, if you can, pull this out first and put it on. Protect yourself first is the first rule of any kind of EMT. On the sides here, this is an M-DOM gadget pouch. Again, something I picked up years ago. It's just been sitting in a box. This is a very nice padded pouch designed to go in any kind of molly or webbing here. And inside here, I just keep just a nice headlamp from 511 here, and a couple of sets of batteries in here. So this gives me a bit of light again if I'm working at night or I need to signal someone, get inside a dark place. So that's very good there. On this side, this is one of my little brand new items I've picked up that I'm very excited about. This is from ITS Tactical, and this is their Tourniquet tourniquet holder. I was looking for a tourniquet holder, something I could put on my belt, something I could put on my kit, and I'm not a fan of the open-topped ones. Yes, having something open-top means you can just grab and go, but unfortunately, for the times where you're not grabbing and going, it's sitting there, it's getting dusty, it's getting grimy. I'm a wide guy, so I'm sitting in a car, I've got it rubbing up against the seat belt, and I just found I actually did get a tourniquet to a point where I wouldn't feel comfortable using it. So instead of having to replace the tourniquet every few months, I just spent $45 and got one of these. Now I bought a couple of these, and I keep one on my belt at work. I bought a couple different colors. I've got one on my chest rig, but I've also got one on the side here. Now if you don't know what this is, this fits soft T tourniquets and cat tourniquets. It fits them both. And basically it's just a flap that the strap of the tourniquet falls into. A bit of Velcro, completely covered, nice patch on the front. And what you do is, it's very easy. You come across a patient, they need a tourniquet right away. You just rip this out and you've got a tourniquet ready to go, ready to be deployed. So very useful piece of kit, and again, it does protect the tourniquet and keep it. And all you gotta do is just fold it back in, cover it back up, and you're good to go. All right, let's go look at the bag here. All right, so in the front pocket here, I usually keep non-medical items. I actually have a signal mirror here, very important. I also have something very useful here. This is from CountyCom. I'll post a link to their website as well, because a lot of this small gear I've actually got from them. This is called their breacher bar, and this is basically a flat piece of steel. It has a bit of a chisel beveled edge, so a bit of a chisel. It has a nice hole here. This is actually made for household gas, to turn off the gas in houses, but it does also work on oxygen tanks. if needed. And again, I put some paracord on here just for grip, but I can also use this to smash windows. And yes, it does smash windows. I've smashed house windows with this. And then what else do I have in here right now? Oh, okay. And again, a little survival whistle. This is again, if I'm driving, I tend to drive out in the desert quite a bit. I'm doing these couple hours on the road, and if you are coming across traffic accidents out in the desert, out in the middle of nowhere, you want to be able to at least signal EMS people, you know, to get to search and rescue to you here. So in the top compartment, I just keep gloves in here, to be honest with you. It's just padded felt. There really isn't anything else I could put in there that would be practical. And in the back, I don't keep anything in the back panel. I like to keep this one kind of empty. I was keeping some documentation in there, but I took it out. It wasn't really useful. All right, getting into the meat and bones of the thing. Open up the flap. Here, in the front two pockets, I actually keep my medical shears. They're ready to go. I've also got in here, just because I had a couple extra lying around, this is a SWAT T tourniquet. So this is basically a giant rubber band that you can apply to an arm, a leg, any extremity, and it acts as a tourniquet. Is it as effective as the other ones? No, but it does do the job. And this is also very good for children as well. But if I did need to keep pressure dressings in place, something like that, or immobilize an arm, these are excellent. Again, in the front here, I've got a couple more pairs of gloves. Yep, 2 more pairs of gloves in there. In the admin compartment here, I've got some tape. I've got a couple of pens and Sharpies and things like that. I've also got some electrical tape in case I need to really secure something. And then in this side, I've got a very nice little folding knife. I've got a notepad, some pens in here, and I've got just got a couple of spare catheter needles here. These are really good for tension pneumothorax, just to relieve the pressure. They came in a pack of 5, and I put one in my bag. I put one in here, and I had a couple left over, so I just threw them in there. Into the main compartment, I've got a spare cat tourniquet, again deployed and ready to go. I'm going to go into that in a second. What else do I have going on here? All right, for my bandages, I've actually had a couple of these Oleas bandages sitting around the house. These are really neat. These are gauze compression bandages similar to Israeli bandages, but they have an eye shield. They have some extra gauze in case you need to pad an exit wound or extra wounds. They're very bulky, as you can see, compared to an Israeli bandage, but I just kind of had them sitting there. They don't really fit in any of my kit. So I just thought, let's just throw it in the bag. Extremely useful, work just as good as the Israeli bandages here. So actually I carry 3 of those. I've also got my stethoscope in case I need to check lung sounds or heart sounds from that particular patient. What else is in here? What else? I do have a packet of gauze. So this is just some 3 gauze bandages in case I need to wrap up a splint or anything like that, at pack a wound, something like that goes above and beyond what it does. Let's take an extra one of those out. I've got something as well in here. I carry a SAM splint. If you don't know what this is a very thin piece of aluminum covered in foam rubber. And what you do is you actually use it as a splint. You know, if I had to splint someone's arm, now I'm able to do that. And it just comes in super handy. I bought this on Amazon. This is the actual SAM splint. There is a cheaper one on there for about half the price, but it's also shorter. So, length being everything, I went with the longer one, spent a few extra dollars because, again, 36 inches is going to cover most of your arm. It's definitely going to cover a leg. The other one was just a bit too small for my taste. So, very useful piece of equipment. I carry one of these in my hiking backpack, but I've got one of them in here. And actually, when I travel, I actually put one in my bag as well because, again, this comes in super handy. All right. Going into the other main compartments here, I've got, well, a little bit of extra 4x4s in here. I've got a triangular bandage in case I need to immobilize an arm. I've got a couple extra packs of QuikClot here, just in case I need them here. What's going on here? Okay, my NPA, my nasopharyngeal airway. Again, if you have a car accident, someone smashed there and broken their jaw, their airway is compromised, you can put this down their nose and they're able to breathe a bit easier. So at least, again, standard 28 gauge, because that's about the average one for a human being. So, and then I've just got a little collection of alcohol swabs, gauze pads, little band-aids, you know, just some extra little stuff in case I need it. What else? What else? What else? Space blanket, very important again, with the new trauma care philosophy of March. Massive hemorrhage, airway, respiratory, circulation, hypothermia, which means shock. You always want to have a space blanket around because you don't want to cover up someone who's been in an accident. Maybe they're hemorrhaging, they're going into shock. You want to keep them warm. That's also one of the tenets of it. And then also, let's see here. I've got N95 mask, just in case there's a chemical spill, a leak, the patient just smells, which again happens a lot. And then I've got a hyphen chest seal, which is a double seal here. I was going to tear this off and put one in my kit and one here, but I'm leaving them both in here for now. Again, sucking chest wounds, open chest wounds, gunshot wounds, things of that nature. You always want to have an occlusive dressing. Damages to the neck as well. The nice thing about these dressings is you can use the dressing itself. You can also use the packaging. The packaging will also create a nice seal. And then last but not least, I'm actually going to take this out. There is a bit of Velcro on the inside here, which is a nice little touch from First Tactical. I think to take this out real quick, just to give you some extra stuff. Now, this little guy I got from Prometheus Design Works, and it is basically a hook back admin panel where you can put pens. I've got another one that has a zippered compartment in here, but on here I've just got, again, 2 more catheter needles. I've got a couple of light sticks. I've also got one of those nice pens that has the light in it in case I need to do check your eyes for any kind of head trauma or altered mental state. And just a Sharpie because I wanted to fill the gap. So that's kind of it. Am I going out and saving hundreds of people from zombie apocalypse gunshot wounds? No, not really, but can I at least handle a multiple casualty car accident in front of me, which is what this is designed for? Yes, I can. If I come across someone injured, yes, I can. Anyway, Summit Satchel, basic first aid contents. This is an evolution. Things are always evolving. Things are always changing. I'm probably going to change the pouch out for my tourniquet because I like this so much I want to wear it a bit more often. So if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please reach out. Please let me know. Again, just a basic kit I can keep in the car to help people if I come across them. All right, anyway, this is Flanker Jack. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for checking it out. And we will see you later. Stay safe.